Hello students, I hope you all are doing fantastic. This video is going to be an instructional video on how to kind of navigate through Garageband a little bit. A lot of people, students in particular, have seen Garageband on their iPads and they've played with it a little bit, but don't really know how to make some real music with it. Okay, so what I want to do is take a little bit of time and show you how you can make your own song and make something that sounds really cool. So the first thing we want to do, and I do this every time I go to GarageBand, is I make a new song. Okay, so there's all these different locations on your iPad. Okay, and what you want to do is click this button that says Create Song, and I'll sit here for a second so you can find that. It's this white box with the plus symbol, or you can also hit the plus symbol up at the top. Now, on this screen, you have some options. You can do tracks where you use smart instruments and things like that, and those are a lot of fun. I encourage you to play around with those and see what you like. But for our assignment, what you're actually going to do are these right here called live loops. And live loops are what we call samples in the music world, and they're basically little bite-sized pieces of music that are put together. And it's a really great way to make music. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with using samples, but if you're into music, I would suggest that you learn to play an instrument, of course. But you can really make some great music with samples. So on this screen, there are several different styles: EDM, hip-hop, dubstep, R&B, several. When you go over to this side, there are some kind of sound effects and things like that. But I would like for you to stay on this screen because it has more actual music, whereas these are just sound effects. So these are going to have a lot more substance to them. They're going to be you'll be able to make things that sound better, in my opinion. So you can choose whichever one you want when you do your assignment. I'm going to show you using the rock. Let this load. Okay, so every one of these boxes is a sample, and a sample can be one beat, it can be a few beats, it can be, several beats. But something that you want to note about these is you see some that are in a circular motion, and I'll click one like this one, and you can see that's in a circle. And what that means is it's going to repeat. So when it gets back around, it's going to loop that again. And that's what we call that in music, is looping. All right, so that's going to go around and around, and it will keep going until you press that again. Okay, whereas on the other side, something like this it happens one time. Okay, or this one. Or, of course, something like that. Okay, so the circle ones are going to be loops, and these ones over on the other side are going to be single hits. It'll only hit one time. Okay, so over on the left you have the instruments, and I'll go ahead and say those. One is drums. Underneath that is a bass guitar. Then you have two regular guitars, and then you have it's like some amp sound effects. See, it doesn't really make any noise until it gets all the way around here. Okay, so and that's going to be a loop. It'll keep going over and over and over again. All right, so how do you make music with this? Well, you can just hit a bunch of these. And they'll play. Okay, and what's really nice about using these is they never come in at the wrong time. They're always, whenever you click it, it'll come in when it sounds best. Okay, So you can click individual boxes, but you can only click one in a row. Okay, so if I click that one, then that one's going to go away. If I click this one, then that first one's going to go away. But you can do all of them in a column, and a column goes up and down. So that's like these 4, they can play at the same time. Okay? So just think about your instruments. Your different instruments can play at the same time, but you can't have one of the same instrument playing at the same time, if that makes any sense. Okay? Now, another thing you can do if you want to switch very quickly is touch down here at the bottom where it says 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, and it has an arrow. Okay? So if I touch that 1, then it plays all 4 of those samples at the same time. Okay? Now, to stop it, you actually have to touch each one. Okay? So, when I hit the bottom, now if I touch that button again, it will start them over. Okay? It does not stop them. So you have to actually touch each one. Okay? Or, I believe, you can hit the stop button at the top. Yeah, you can hit the stop button at the top. Excuse my dogs, they're barking downstairs. Okay, so that's one way that you can do it, or you can choose the different samples that you like. Okay, so what I want you to do, first and foremost, is explore and find the style of music that you like, and maybe find some combinations that you like. Okay, that's going to be the first step, and then in the second video, it's going to have instructions for the assignment, how to set your song up and things like that. And you'll be able to use whatever style you want. So you need to go through and find something that you like. And then for that second video, there'll be better instructions. Okay? So go and have fun and explore this.